Secret Midnight Press is a publishing company. We publish books and poetry. We're also kind of like a curiosity brand, and we like to put together kind of immersive experiences that involve music and poetry and so much more. It's kind of like an endless platform of self-expression. That's like what the plan is down the road. So yeah, that's kind of what Secret Midnight Press is.
Mm-hmm. I am Ashley Dunn. I am a writer. I published a book called Smoke Signals a little over a year ago, and it's been an amazing journey starting Secret Midnight Press and, you know, being able to share what I've written and what I've worked on my whole life, and it's a really exciting feeling.
My name is Jesse Kale. I am I'm a writer. I write poetry, storyteller, and that translates into music. I also do lots of music. Gosh, yeah, I just like to create things. That's me pretty much. So Secret Midnight Press is more than just Ashley and I. We have our printing manager, Jason Turner, who he went to college for journalism. And yeah, so when we were putting together, we were like, oh, how are we going to format these? And Jason was right there, and he's like, I know how to do that. So he came on the team. And then we have our brand kind of manager, Havilah Bennett. She is unbelievably talented at design and just drawing and everything, and she has this incredible imagination. Yeah, she's been such a fun part of Secret Midnight Press. And then we have Lee. Lee runs our street team all the way from Amsterdam. And Lee has been monumental, helpful, and helping to nurture and create the community that we are getting to, you know, spend time with and meet, and just, yeah, as we do this poetry tour.
Yeah, so it was just like maybe a year and a half ago now at this point. I think it was around September. Jesse and I had both kind of gone through somewhat life changes and got to the point where we, you know, were just like, you know what, I need to just do something dramatic and take a risk, you know, just like I'm ready to make a big change in my life. And you know, at the time I was just like, I'm gonna publish my book one way or another. I don't know how it's gonna go, but by the end of the year I'm gonna do it. And I was talking to Jesse, and he was like, that's what I want to do too. And we were both like, this is so cool. And we've, you know, worked together for a long time, encouraging each other to write and reading each other's work and things like that. So then Jesse had the idea, like, well, what if we do it together? And then, you know, and he's a big dreamer, so he's just like, well, what if we turn it into this whole like brand and world that we can invite people into? And so 2 months later, we launched it.
Literally 2 months later.
Yeah.
There was no time in between. We just jumped straight in.
Yep.
So we had a Google document page full of our favorite words, and we went through and kind of like tallied, like, I love this one and I love this one, and then we ended up with Secret Midnight Press.
So it was a group effort, and it was honest, and when we came up, you know, finally landed on it, it was like, Secret Midnight, okay, that's like exactly what we're trying to create for people, like a place, you know, I loved the word secret because it's like, it's something that, you know, you feel ashamed or afraid of, and kind of our mission is to give people a safe place to talk about the hard things and the scary things and be vulnerable and real. So it all worked together perfectly.
Yeah, I think it was it like clicked perfectly. Mm-hmm. Like as soon as we like pulled together Secret Midnight Press, we were like, oh, this perfectly conveys exactly what we want to do and create with this. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we just got into publishing like a year ago, so we've had to learn a ton kind of about what all is involved in that and what goes into that. but ours is something that we're trying to expand it beyond just being a publishing company. Like I was saying, like something that's immersive, something that has music involved, something that, you know, eventually maybe like film and interactive stuff. We just have so much. I mean, we started a poetry and music festival last year in August called The World of Atlas Black. It's going to be a regular thing. That's just an imagination's like paradise. That's what we're trying to create, something that's just inspiring, you know.
It's been incredible. It's felt like what I was always supposed to do, basically. It all fell into place very naturally. I had started blogging last year for the first time, really, and I didn't know what my blog was going to look like. I was like, maybe I'll talk about fashion or just what I'm doing in my day-to-day, and I'll talk about cats or whatever. And I like started that way, but then it ended up like I couldn't help talking about the like mental health stuff and the stuff that's just very like, you know, important to me and dear to my heart. And so that kind of led into, you know, these conversations that we want really like to facilitate with Secret Midnight Press. And so being in this place, in this community, meeting all of these people and sharing stories, it's just been like a dream come true. It's been so fun. We've gotten to travel the world and you know, be able to express ourselves and hopefully, you know, give people room to express themselves too.
Oh gosh, do people?
Do they?
I think people connect with our books because they're honest about topics that aren't addressed typically or often. And it's yeah, I think that might be it. It's something where people can look at it and say like, yeah, I understand that. And I don't feel alone in that anymore. And it's cool to get to do that and to be a part of that and to create a community out of it. Oh gosh, running like starting a company is full of so many curveballs. I mean, we had problems with like printers and you know, shipping getting delayed and learning about so much and everything that goes involved and countless variables, and then, you know, just yeah, all the relationships involved. And but it's been, you know, I think at our first meeting, I think I said, this is going to be a long period of trial and error, and we cannot get mad at each other for it. We've got to communicate, and that's exactly kind of what it's been. But yeah, it's all been great. I mean, holy smokes, it's been amazing.
Yeah, it has. All the challenges have, you know, just made us stronger and better and understanding things more. So it's never been anything too like crushing, you know. It's just like, oh, now we know, you know. Like we spent a year doing seasonal subscription boxes, which was so fun, and we learned a lot through that as well, working with, you know, multiple vendors and timelines and communication and what all of that needs to look like. But ultimately, you know, what's been really amazing about this is as we are growing and learning things the hard way sometimes, our, you know, readers and audience have been so patient and kind throughout the whole thing, where sometimes it's like, sorry, we said you'd have this by now, but it's actually going to be a little bit longer, you know, and everyone's so understanding and very supportive and sweet. And so that's been the best part about going through these challenges, I think. I just like want to make a joke. I'm sorry. You know, I kind of shared it on stage tonight, and I try to most nights bring it up because I think that it's a topic that I even feel uncomfortable bringing up on stage. Like the minute I feel like I say mental health or mental illness, there's this kind of like tension that fills the room or something like that, or people get uncomfortable. And I really want to do what I can to break that stigma, because there are so many people out there who are just too ashamed or afraid to ask for help when they need it, and feel like it's something that they can't talk about publicly. And I think that there's just a lack of education overall on the whole thing, a lack of research, and just kind of like healthcare support in general, where, you know, there aren't resources enough for people that need it. So just starting the conversation and to be like, hey, you know, a lot of people feel this way, and it's normal, but it's something to, you know, actively work on taking care of yourself and, you know, doing the necessary things, whether that be, you know, counseling or therapy, going to the doctor, even medication at times, and it's not, you know, something to be ashamed of.
It's so, God, I mean, there's so many words. It's special, like, yeah, getting to connect with people about it. It's more than that. It's like sharing in this joy and this honesty and this experience. I'm a writer, but I'm short of words.
Yeah, it's surreal. It's beautiful. It's a blessing that I feel like I just can't even process or understand. I feel very humbled and honored by it all. Like, it's so cool, and it just feels like I'm connecting with kindred spirits who, you know, feel the same way I do, and it's healing.
Totally.
To the moon?
To the moon.
Yeah, probably like that direction.
Probably to the moon. Gosh, we see Secret Midnight Press, and, you know, we're looking at bringing on, you know, more authors, publishing lots more books, getting into, you know, making the world of Alice Black bigger, you know, touring in Europe, touring the West Coast. We have just lots of, as far as the imagination goes, that's as far as we want to take it.
Really? I feel like we talk about so many wild things that we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, like
Amusement park.
we dream of all these amazing things that we want to branch out into. You know, there's like the Secret Midnight Press publishing, and then, you know, we've daydreamed about, you know, opening
Like bookstores, coffee
yeah,
shops, speakeasies,
kind of things, like really cool. Again, just constantly like immersive and creative and inspiring atmospheres, whether it's physically or, you know, whatever else. So we have big dreams, and it's just a matter of time. But yeah, in the meantime, touring and writing more and more authors, and hopefully meeting more people.
Meeting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah.
I've been eaten alive by the black sky, and I'll never know why my sun never seems to rise in the places my eyes look upon through broken glasses. This won't be what living looks like. I will sew up my shattered spirit with twine, and I will be my own light. I will be a spark to ignite the sun and defeat the cold dark of night.